Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Glamorous Beauty, and today we will be doing part 2 of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault collection. So if you guys been wanting the real truth, the real lowdown tea on this vault collection, then you're in the right place. Guys, please make sure that you hit the notification bell down below, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Alright, babes. So, as you guys know, I played with the Ring the Alarm palette, which is this one, the other day. There's a full video up on that, so make sure you check it out. You don't want to miss this palette. It's a lot. So today, what we're going to be doing is dipping into a little bit of Bling Boss, which is this palette. As you guys can see, it's been a little used. I did create a look with my niece, and you can see how dirty these palettes get, just like her original, like I said in my prior video. But anyways, I used this palette the other day on my niece. And this is the first thing I want to talk about before we go any further into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm 40 years old, so I have more mature aging skin. My eyelids obviously are not as smooth as when I was younger. However, my niece, she's only 11. And this palette went on like butter. There was no patchiness. There was no splotchiness. There was no loss of pigment or adhering to one area and not adhering to the other. It just created the most gorgeous blown out purple eye you've ever seen. I will insert pictures in this video, but also up on my Instagram I have pictures that I did. And I did a cut crease, really playful look. I'm going to be uploading that onto Instagram also using this palette. And I wanted to do that look for you guys today because I never do real playful, fun, artful work here on my channel. And the reason why I don't do it on my channel yet is because I'm still getting my speed down. But the look I did with it came out so pretty. Obviously today I have a lot of things I have to do with the kids. I have to be at the school. I have to go to the doctor's office with them. I cannot create that look because I have to do a more wearable, more appropriate eye look, unfortunately. But the next palette we go into, I promise I will do a more playful look with it. Now, going back to the differences in the pigment and how it applies, I have used other palettes on her as well. The Ring the Alarm palette on her, which is the one I had a huge amount of trouble with. On her skin, again, it just went on flawless. If you're having issues with a palette, please take in consideration the natural oils in your skin, your chemicals, your hormones, the texture of your skin, the maturity of your skin, because it truly does make a huge night and day difference. With all that said and done, let me show you how it applies on my eyes. I have combo skin, but my actual eyelids are kind of dry. If you have more mature lids like I do, then this is really going to show you how it applies. However, I've used this palette also on like that age in between, real youthful and more mature skin. And I did have a couple of problems with Gem, which is this real purple shade here. It's just kind of hit and miss with this Vault collection, I feel. But my biggest thing I really want to do is I'm going to go in with Hush Hush, which is this shade right here. And the biggest thing I really want to show you guys here with the Vault collection is I want to compare it to her original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette that she did. Not her original, not the first one, but the second one. The one that's done with the same packaging. And I really want to break this down because in my heart, I truly feel, because she had said that these were the ones that didn't make the cut. It was the same formula, the same press. These are just the shades that she didn't feel like would really go in with that palette. And there was other shades she really ended up loving more, so she created that. So I honestly feel like These were the ones that didn't make the cut. However, I don't feel like they didn't make the cut because of the color range. I feel like they didn't make the cut because of the formula. And instead of reformulating and going back to the drawing board, they made a quick dollar off of using shadows they had already created instead of losing all of that money on all of these excess shadows. And that is just my theory. That is just my opinion. There's no facts to that, but that is how I truly feel. Going into Hush Hush, I will show you there is kickback. One thing I will say about this is there is a ton of fallout, as you beauties will see in the actual pan, but on the actual eye or on the face, I had no fallout yet. So let's go in. Newer way I've been liking to do this is I've been elevating that brush slightly upwards and really hitting that main pigment on that outer corner of the crease, and then gradually coming in with whatever remainder I have on my brush. Really been just snugging the shape of my eye and kind of giving me a more lifted effect and appearing like I'm more awake, which, you know, as you age, that's what you're looking for. So here is Hush Hush with one layer. I will tell you, you do have to dip quite a few times to really start seeing any pigment. But, you know, the price of beauty that we pay. My second go, and I am just using the Japanese 835 brush. You'll see me use this quite a bit in this video, as I almost use this as the main brush for all shades. Now what we're going to do is, being I had to kind of keep this more subtle and more everyday, we're just going to dive into Rockstar, which is this shade here. It's more of a purplish red, and then you have more of a, like a burnt red, and then more of a really deep dark brownish red. So now we're going to go right back in, same method, and as you guys can see, there is a ton of pigment with this one. And there's the two shades really blended in together. Now, like I said, they do blend rather nice. You have to kind of come in here just a hair, as there was a small little patch right there, but as you guys can see, it's completely corrected and fixed now with just some slight blending. And I'm doing very light motions of blend and then tap, 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 because these shadows truly do blend really nicely. Now I'm going to go in with my MUA 315 crease brush. It's a very small tapered brush. We are going to dive in with a little bit of Sparks, which is this shade here. It's more of that burnt red look. So again, we're just going to hug, and you can see the pigment is insane. I'm just putting that on that outer V, and then I'm ever so slightly going to start bringing that into the really crevice of that crease. I'm really not worried if that shade gets on that more inner corner, as I'm going to go in and I will be cutting that crease there. I'm just ever so slightly bringing that inwards right there to the middle. So I have a more gradient effect, and all I got to do is cut that deep inner corner. Alright, so there we have one layer of sparks. Now what I'm going to do is go in with Mystic, which is the very dark brownish red. I'm going to keep that very close on that outer V. As you guys can see, it's very deep, it's very dark, it's very rich, and very brown. Now on this shade, on Mystic, does almost want to start going a little patchy, closer to the lash line. Outside of that, we really, I mean, it's gorgeous. It almost could work. It's darker than almost some of the blacks that are in the palettes now. Now I'm going to go back in with my original brush, 835, a little bit of Hush Hush again, which was that original shade I used. And I'm just going to gently buff over all this, just assuring a nice smooth blend. These darker shades really can go south very fast if you don't keep a nice blend throughout your look. What I'm going to attempt is to cut my crease on camera, because I never do this, ever. I have a hard time cutting my crease, so just bear with me. And what I've been using that has truly helped so much is this very small accent brush by Real Techniques. If you struggle with cutting your crease, or you have hooded eyes or more mature lids, this brush really does amazing at cutting your crease. Again, I just took some Shape Tape by Tarte in the shade Fair. I really want some of that P. Louise, because I think that's just going to make all the difference. You can't see me during doing this, because I may get in the way of it, actually. I do apologize in advance. I still struggle cutting my crease on camera. However, I can do it very well when I'm not on camera. So we're just going to do that inner corner. You guys can see, I just laid a little down, and then it naturally gave me that cut I'm going to follow. And there we have that. Now we're just going to take our finger and kind of pat that in. Let's go back into our palette. You know, I tried Bling Bling, which is this shade, and it really took a ton of piling on to get any pigmented here. So what I'm going to try is Ballsy. I really enjoyed this shade a whole lot better. It had a lot more pigment to it. And it just really went, I mean, I still had to build and pack, but not as bad as I did with Bling Bling. What I'm going to be using is the Cream Shadow Brush by Unique. This product is this brush is very good at packing pigment. Now we're going to go into Ballsy, and we're going to pack that onto this brush. So a ton of product on that brush, and this is Ballsy, and we're going to go right in to where we laid that concealer and start packing that shade on. Like I said, it takes a lot. I'm digging, like, let me show you, like I am digging into that pan, like I am pushing with everything I have almost. Alright, babes, so I'm sorry about that. My sister's like so urgently got to talk to me. As I was showing you, it's just a ton of pigment. I'm digging as hard as I can. And now we're going to go in again, still trying to really pack that pigment. I'm just tapping it on. I'm not rubbing. This is another reason why I really hate cutting my crease. It's because my crease goes up so high and it just drives me bonkers. Now I'm like swirling. I am literally swirling into this to try to get pigment. It's really crazy. Now if you swatch it, it's very soft, it's very creamy. However, it does not apply to the lid like that at all. It just doesn't. So there we have it. That's about as good as we're going to get it. First, I'm going to go in and kind of blend these two. I'm going to go in with, we're going to do a little bit of Rockstar and Sparks. And I'm just going to slightly just bring that in with a nice little flicker. Not a lot of pressure. Just slightly bringing that inward. And then a nice little pat pat. Without hardly any product on the brush, because I have to create a lid so much higher, I go with a darker shade and go right above where I cut that crease. So strange how we all have just such a different shape of eyes. We all have to learn how to work with what we have. But the point of this is overall, outside of my own issues with my eyes and the eye shape I have, the pigment is blended beautifully. There's no patchiness. The pigment is adhering. I will come back and let you guys know how it wore. Because to me, that's a huge thing. Is it going to stay on my eyes all day? Is it just going to wear right back off? You know, I want to know the full range of what I'm getting. Now I'm going to go back into a little bit of Mystic, which is that really nice dark brown. And I'm just going to tap right there on that outer V. And there we have a gorgeous look. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M412 brush, which is this one. And I'm just going to pick up a dab of Gem. And I want you to see that fallout. That is from Gem. All of that. Now, if you've seen my desk is covered in pigment. Covered. Like it's horrible. And we're just going to ever so slightly take that. Using that same technique with the brush upwards. And come inwards. Alright. So, there's really no highlighting shade in here. Let me show you. This is Bling Bling. This is Glitz and Glam, which are the other two metallic-y shades in here. I mean, I guess I could use this, but I don't want it to, like, really not run coherent with my, or in a nice flow as the highlight I have on my cheeks. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off. I'm going to put some liner in, some mascara on, do my under eye, and I'll be right back to show you guys my finished look. Okay, babes, so I'm back with the final look. I really wanted to do lashes with this look, but unfortunately, doing a little bit of lashes a bit much to go to the school, to meet the principals and the teachers and, you know, socialize with the other parents. So, I mean, I'm not going to do it, even though I could wear like a more natural pair of lashes. But anyways, hopped a little bit of green in the waterline, which I really love with this purple. I put on a little bit of Benefit mascara. And then I took a little bit of, out of Armed and Gorgeous, the shade VIP for the inner corner highlight. So, personally, so far, what I've played with, the palette I would suggest is the Bling balls. Especially if you have more mature, hooded eyes, you know, but you really want to support her or whatever. If you're a huge fan, I would not go with this whole vault collection. I just feel like there's just way too many inconsistencies for $49 where you can spend $50 because you're going to have $49 plus shipping. So over $50. And all of the new palettes that's coming out, and we're going into fall, I just really think it would be in your best interest to invest into those palettes. However, like I said, if you do want to support her and you do want to purchase one, definitely purchase this. Now I want to show you how nasty this looks. I've only used this palette 4 times and it is a hot damn mess. That is the only bad thing about this, and I'm very OCD, so I'm gonna definitely clean this. We are still going to be doing a tutorial on Dark Magic and Ring the Alarm. So we have those 2 palettes coming up. Finale of the Vault versus the Jaclyn Hill palette. Because I really feel like there's going to be a lot of similar shades. If you already have that palette and there is similar shades, because I have not compared them, I will not do that until I'm live on video, because I do everything at the moment with you guys, because that's how I feel like it should be. We will definitely see how it turns out. So, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've tried them. Let me know if you've had issues with yours. Also, I'm going to be doing the Kylie Cosmetics palette review and lipstick review. Definitely stay tuned for that, because I've really seen some, I've not really seen because I haven't watched anything on it, but I've heard some not so great things about it, but then I've heard some outrageously wonderful things about it. You know, here on my channel, we're just going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100. We're just going to lay it all on the table. If it's good, that's great. If it's horrible, it's bad. Period. Don't want you beauties to invest your money in a product that's not going to give you results. On those next 2 palettes, what I'm going to do to shorten the series, instead of having 5, we're going to go down to 4, because I'm going to use 1 palette on this eye and 1 palette on this eye. We are going to do the playful, fun, creative looks with the glitter and the really, you know, in-depth cut crease. I also want to let you guys know that I do apologize for my absence. As all of you guys know, my sister has been very sick with her kidney failure. She has another surgery coming up on Monday. So just know that, you know, I will be continuing to always get the videos up. It may not be on my time frame that I want to. I want to eventually get where I'm uploading every day, but it's just time. I'm so sorry that I have not been consistent with my schedule, but I promise we will get back there. Just let me get through these things, and, you know, family comes first. Obviously, I have to be there for them, and I hope you beauties understand and that you guys will stay with me, because we will grow. We will continue to find fun, adventurous things to do, but it's a process. Let me know what you guys think about today's look, if you liked it. As you guys can see, it really did blend out rather nicely, especially for especially for purples, because they're very hard to, you know, make and create, especially with the pigments. I don't know, guys. I kind of like Bling Boss. I kind of like Bling Boss. But I love you all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hey babes, so I just wanted to jump back on here. It's getting to be at the end of the night, so I just want to come in real quick, let you guys see how it wore. It's around 10:30ish. I applied this at 8:30 a.m. So it's been a very long day. I'm ready to go cleanse this face and get this stuff off. So I just want to pop in and let you guys see how it held up. So all of the pigment stayed absolutely intact, exactly where I placed it. Now it did kind of start wearing a little bit up here, But other than that, and as you can see right here, maybe a little bit. So there is a couple places where it started coming off. But again, I'm in Florida, so we're looking at like 90, 93 degrees. In all honesty, it really held up the whole day very well. So that's it, babes. I told you guys I'd come back and let you see how it wore throughout the day, because that is so important to me, and I just want to share with you guys because I know it's so important to some of you guys. Mwah.